Gaming Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to the weekly review special for week 17 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. This week, score dropped quite a bit from where it was, down to 4,860, which just a handful of weeks ago I would have loved to have seen a score like that. But it was also fully expected as we had a major season come to an end and nearly 1,000 points wiped off the board. So the deficit we have, 700? Not too bad. Best round score last week, 55.63, unchanged. Current virtual best does increase despite the drop in this week's overall, 5,733, and the all-time virtual best also a small increase to 93.71. Breaking down the games individually, PCM 20 in the career mode, that's the one where we lost all those points. We had 964 last week as we wrapped up our best season ever. And then we're off to a tremendous start to the new season. We're only a week into it, week and a half in terms of episodes. That's not far. That's only a handful of races, and we've already managed 196 points. Though I do not think we will beat our 964 this season, even though in all we're going to probably have more total victories than we had, more total successes because we have higher top-end depth, so more capable ways of scoring lots of points and getting multiple wins, and that's going to add up. But the real points are in the Grand Tours, and we're not going to be as good there. We won 2 of them last year. We got a podium on the 3rd last year. That's where the bulk of those 964 points came. Will we get a good score? Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we'll easily get 600 or 700 points this season, but without major success in the Grand Tours, I don't think we're going to get much better than maybe 5th place. That's about the highest we can really hope to achieve this season. So that drop off it's going to cost us hundreds of points. And while we'll make up some of that, we won't make up all of that. Good start though to the season. In the Champions Series, we've done it. We've maxed it out. We are now at 1,000 points and already should be a little bit beyond that. Only a couple points beyond that, 2 or 3 points, but that's it. I've capped it. It's a modded series, meaning it's not the ultimate challenge, and therefore I won't allow it to go beyond that 1,000 mark. So that's it. We're there. We're just going to finish up this season with that one, and then I might do a little experimentation without doing any racing for another episode or 2 to see what happens down the road, but ultimately that's all she wrote. We're very much at the end. Women's Tour, 226 points, pushing on through the season. It's going to be tight with that 301 from last year. We're certainly catching up on it, but we're about to hit July, and as a Continental Pro team, we're not in major races the rest of the season, but we've made a decent amount of World Tour races, and so even though we're not having the kind of success we had a year ago, being in the Continental Pro level and having a handful of World Tour races, those points are adding up fairly significantly, and we're still managing the occasional result. In Zwift, oh my goodness, with the chaos in life, I've had to just breeze through and couldn't do what I would normally do, which is lengthy, build your endurance type rides. So I've done short, hard rides this week, and then at the end of the week, went ahead and found a little more time, which wasn't much, and actually I just finished that in terms of recording, and pushed and did an FTP test, and ouch. But I did improve 310, and my best weigh-in so far at 172 pounds flat, which is 78 kilograms flat. So definitely down from where I was. I mean, I'm down 9 pounds now or 7 pounds, 8 pounds from where I was. It's not exactly what I wanted, but I'm adding muscle at the same time that I'm losing weight. So it's a tough combination. And as I've stated in the series a multitude of times, my body does not do well with weight loss. It really doesn't. No matter how much I work out, I don't seem to lose much. Here I am just doing a ton of working out, a ton of sweating, and then throwing in a couple soccer games every weekend as well. And now I'm starting the coaching again, so I'm on my feet for that, and I'm coaching high jump, and I'm demonstrating high jump, so I'm jumping high jump. myself as well, hauling equipment in and out. I'm the equipment manager for the team, for the coaching staff, and so I'm in charge of what happens with all of the equipment. So I'm out there with the athletes, the student athletes, setting up, tearing down, and all of that is extra calories being burned. And despite that, the weight's not rolling off. It's coming off just itsy bitsy bits at a time, despite eating right, cutting back. It's like no matter what I do, I'm so screwed in that department. Some people, you put in an ounce of effort and pounds just fall away. I'm the total opposite. FM21 Perfect Manager, 91 points, approaching the end of the season, and we've got a tight contest on our hands for the top 3, and we'll see where we end up next week, I believe. On the all-time virtual best side, we do see one little bit of movement from 4th place, which had moved up a week ago as well, from 4th place now up into a podium place, and of course its final resting place, which is 2nd place. With that capped point system, it will not surpass the PCM 19 Pro Cyclist Stage Racer, which sits at 1,002. So it just eclipsed that mark. This one, that's not happening. So 1,000 points, that's it. It's done. Viking Way slips from 2nd down to 3rd, and the PCM 18 Pro Cyclist Stage Racer Series drops off the podium by 1.1 point off the podium, now in 4th place. But that now sets my top 7 at 950 or better. So in reality, you could say we've mastered 7 games. Not perfect scores, but we've mastered 7 games. And then the drop-off starts to happen pretty swiftly from there. I mean, we're already down to 757 at EU4 in 10th place. Now, that was not an easy run-through, as we started a small Southeast African nation in that one, and still managed a really solid score. And by the way, on the topic of EU4, I know community is livid over the new DLC Leviathan, and I'm not livid, but I'm certainly not happy. They broke the game. They've completely broken the game, and the only thing, I will not go as far to blame the devs as a whole, but there is one that I would solely put the blame on, and that's Johan. So for those who are calling for Johan's head, well, it kind of already happened. I mean, after the debacle that was Imperator Rome, this is on par with that. This really is as bad as the initial release of Imperator Rome was. I mean, they've taken a game that's very, very stable and been a fan favorite and has, oh gosh, what is it, like 20,000 active players all the time, consistently, day after day after day, and have had that for nearly a decade. Few games in the entire world have achieved that type of longevity in a title. There are others, and there are better. It's not number 1 on the list, but I think it's in the top 10 most active played games that are not new releases. It's broken. I mean, it's completely broken right now. It's unplayable. You can get on and play, and you could play for an hour and have a few bugs come along, but then when you go to reload the game, the file is gone. They corrupt their save files, and so it becomes unplayable. You can play it once, and that's it. And it's too big, too long of a game to just sit and play for 2 or 3 hours, and then that be it. Especially for somebody like myself who does the 1444 to 1820 every time. So, ouch. Well, anyway, Zwift moves up 1 spot to 41st. Again, that's the second week in a row that it's just kind of inched its way up the leaderboard. That's going to do it for this review special, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Be safe out there, and bye for now.